Okay, today, class, we're going to talk about exponent rule number 2. These are in the notes I posted Thursday or Friday, but I'll repost them today so you can have them, and I'll give you a hard copy when you come back to school. So if I have 7 to the 8th power and 7 divided by the 2nd power, 7 to the 8th power divided by 7 to the 2nd power, or 7 squared. 7 is my base, so we have same bases. So let's expand these. So 7 to the 8th power, that's going to be 8 multiplied 7 times. 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, and so forth. So you can count that there are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 7 to the 2nd power. There are 2 of them there. So these two resolve to 1. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And I have 6 left over. So 7 to the 8th power divided by 7 to the 2nd power is equal to 7 to the 6th power. So you should probably have already figured out some type of rule by now. A to the 5th power, I have 5 A's up here. Divided by A to the 3rd power, I have 3 A's down here. These 3 resolve to 1. I'm left with 2. Now, when we have more than one base, we have m to the 7th power, p to the 5th power, divided by m to the 5th power times p to the 2nd power. We keep the m's with the m's and the p's with the p's. So keep the like bases, because the whole point of this is to divide same bases. So m to the 7th, I expand that out to 7. P to the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divided by m to the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times p squared, 1, 2. Resolve them out. I'm left with 2 m's, so that's m to the 2nd power. And I'm left with 3 of these p's, p times p times p. Remember, exponents are repeated multiplication, not repeated addition. So it's not 3p, it's p to the 3rd power. So the shortcut is, when you're dividing same bases, subtract the exponent. And this is the rule. A to the m power divided by a to the n power is equal to a to the m minus n. So let's go over the understanding check. 6 to the 9th divided by 6 to the 4th. 9 minus 4 is 5. So I end up with 6 to the 5th power. P to the 7th power divided by p to the 5th power. 7 minus 5 is 2. So I end up with p to the 2nd power here. X to the 6th times p to the 7th divided by x to the 4th power times p. And learn to speak mathematics language. You don't say, notice I didn't say x6 p7. X to the 6th power, p to the 7th power. X to the 4th power times p. So again, we're going to keep the like bases together. So we do x to the 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Now, I cautioned you the other day, here, when you don't see an exponent, it's a 1. So go ahead and write your 1 there so you won't forget that variable. So this is 7 minus 1, which is 6. And I love to give those types on tests and quizzes. Okay, so do not apply the exponent rules to coefficients. So I have 6 times p to the 8th power divided by 2 times p to the 3rd power. 6 is not raised to the 8th power. 2 is not raised to the 3rd power. So in this case, I'm simply going to do 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And then I do a p to the 8th, p to the 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5, so that's p to the 5th. Here, we got that negative in front, has nothing to do with the exponents. 10 times x to the 7th times p to the 6th. 10 is not raised to the 7th, and 10 is not raised to the 6th. Okay, 2 times x times p squared, or p to the 2nd power. The coefficients have nothing to do with the exponents. 2 is not raised to the 2nd power. So I simply do 10 divided by 2, which is a negative 10 divided by 2, which is a negative 5. Now remember, write that 1 there for that x. So 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. And keep your bases together. So I wouldn't do 7 plus 6 and say xp to the 13. X and P are different variables, so we don't combine them. They're not like terms. They're not same bases either. Okay, here I have 2 over 16. Now I want to caution you, a lot of times you get so confused when you're doing exponents, you might just write an 8, but just think of this separately as 2/16, and what you would do is simplify it to 1/8, okay? So don't just put an 8 there because you're confused. Numbers are still numbers, fractions are still fractions. They still operate the same. We're just dealing with the exponents, okay? That's the only thing new. Well, it's not new because you had this last year. So m to the 9, 2 times m to the 9th divided by 16m squared. Simplify that 2/16 to 1/8. 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay? Now, oops, I just showed you the answers to them, but I'll move it back. The understanding check is what I want you to do and turn in as a, I think I put it up yesterday as an exit ticket. So those are the ones that I want you to do as an exit ticket. Okay? All right.